Did Buffett find any ways to put his now, more than $144 billion cash pile to work?
So he's really struggled with this over the past couple of years. He hasn't been able to find any big acquisitions, and he didn't come up with any in the second quarter. And while he was still buying back stock, which is a good sign of one way he could deploy some cash, it was just $6 billion, which has been the lowest amount he's repurchased over the past year or so. So I think, investors are going to start to question, can Buffett actually find ways to really supercharge Berkshire's growth? I mean, buybacks or acquisitions, all are kind of struggling just a little bit.
What about the businesses themselves? How are they faring?
Berkshire actually showed quite a good amount of resilience this quarter, and part of that was helped by, obviously, the second quarter of last year being pretty rough. But profit was up, and you saw some businesses like the railroad, BNSF, actually hit a record profit during this quarter. Some of that was, busier traffic on the rails, but also combined with some productivity efforts they made over the past year when they were facing lower volumes. So overall, businesses seem to be faring quite well.
We continue to see supply chain issues really affecting inflationary pressures. Any sign of how that's affecting their businesses?
So Warren actually warned about this back in May at his annual meeting. He said, we're already starting to see price issues kind of affect the supply chain, and they were having to raise some prices at their own businesses. He called it a red-hot economy already. And we saw that continue into the second quarter, particularly some of their building products companies, the ones that handle, different products for housing, ended up having to, pay a higher cost for stuff like lumber and steel. And they said that they were able to pass some of that on to customers, but definitely a sign that inflation is affecting all parts of this business.